This is Bob Hale with MLB Expansion. I'm here with my co-admin, Marcus Turner, and we have a couple of guests today. This is Mr. Will General, Director of Marketing for Music City Baseball, the home of the Nashville Stars. And with Will is Dr. Chris Bacon, who's the Director of, what's your title, Chris?
PR and communications.
Communications and advancement. I'm sorry. And
as he would describe it, he's got a face for radio, so he's sitting in the background today.
I know how he feels. So we've talked to Chris. It's been a year, I think, since we've done that interview. Time flies. And we just wanted to touch base with you and to tell everybody out there that we're very impressed with the effort that is being made by the Nashville Stars. And it seems like pretty much across the board, you seem to be the leading candidate for Major League Baseball expansion. And if you wanted to tell the group something about your background, Will, that you just were talking offline about.
Yeah, for sure. Bob and Marcus and the entire community, it's great to be with you guys today. I am also one of those 20-something odd thousand members following what's going on in MLB expansion. It is my job full-time to do that. But it's a pleasure to be here on the call today. My name's Will General. As Bob said, I lead all of the marketing efforts for the Nashville Stars, and we are a prospective expansion franchise. We are the local ownership group paving the way for a future Major League Baseball team to be here. John Lohr, managing director, has been at this since 2019, so it's been a while, and it's seen lots of different evolutions. I mean, it was originally thought of as either an expansion or a relocation market. As COVID has gone on and time has gone on, and it seems like the Oakland to Vegas path is becoming much more clear through Sacramento, and Tampa seems to be getting their ducks in a row. We are entirely focused on expansion at this point. As you guys know better than anybody, we're getting closer and closer to CBA. CBA negotiations are underway, with it expiring in December of this year. So obviously that's a priority, but from everything that we see and what you see, the very next thing to happen after we get through CBAs is expansion. So that's what we do every day, is prepare for that day when the commissioner gets on stage and says, we are ready to expand, make your bids.
I see. And when that time comes, how much time do you think it'll be between when they say they're awarding the cities and the first pitch? How much time do you think that'll be?
I mean, I think going by previous examples, Las Vegas probably being the best one right now. It's about a 3-year process to build a stadium from scratch. I mean, we are trying to be 3 years ahead of that 3-year mark in securing the real estate and working with our real estate developer, Lincoln Property Company, to acquire and partner for the land itself, so that the second that decision is made, the shovels go straight into the dirt and you get working on your future ballpark.
I think the past 2 expansions have also been 3 years. I believe the Diamondbacks and the Rays, they were awarded in 1995 and they started in 1998, and the same with the Rockies and the Marlins. I think they had 3 years also. In fact, they actually the Diamondbacks actually hired Buck Showalter as manager 3 years before they played.
Take them off the market. I like that move. I actually have it was Bank One Ballpark at the time, and I don't want to age myself too much, but I saw them fill the pool before they had opened up the building, going to visit some family out there in Arizona. So one day, I don't know if we're gonna have a pool, but I'll get to see another stadium being built here if all goes to plan.
Yeah, I believe their minor league affiliates started within 2 years.
True.
So the manager was there to get everything started there.
And I mean, there are a million moving pieces and lots to be guided by Major League Baseball itself. But there's also precedent at this point for big league clubs to play in minor league systems for a year or two as a transitionary thing. So Who knows what the future holds? Major League Baseball will make those decisions, but I think that's a relatively safe timeline to sort of say that 3-year mark to build a brand new stadium.
Okay, so there would be no need for an interim ballpark, like playing 1 year at the Sounds ballpark or some other facility?
I mean, I think it depends on how Major League Baseball makes those decisions. They might sort of interject and say, hey, we want to make this happen sooner. Are there any alternatives that we can look at? Our focus is A, securing the real estate for our future ballpark, B, figuring out how to optimize that district in the way that many other markets have done and will continue to do going forward. And third is really just building this Nashville Stars brand as big as we possibly can, because the story is so important to tell. And it's such so deeply tied into Nashville's history and baseball history and American history that we won't stop growing this brand and building connections with the community in a very real way until we get that franchise here.
Right. In the past, it seems that it's usually about 10 to 12 cities have applications or interest every round of expansion. And then there's usually 5 or 6 finalists. And then they award the 2, but that there'll be a period in there like a semifinal round and then a finalist round, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, we have lots of conversations with current owners and with Major League Baseball itself, and we don't have any real inside baseball to share on the process. We're excited for the process to begin. Honestly, if it could start today, we'd love to start that conversation and sort of treating it more like a World Cup bid, where all of these countries are sort of putting together their best pitch on why they think they should host the World Cup. I mean, put me in the ring against anybody and put this amazing city of Nashville, this amazing state of Tennessee, this 3-hour region around it. This is baseball country and one of the most attractive places to be in the world right now. So we're excited about the competition to sort of tell our story about why Nashville and why this story.
And you're getting the Super Bowl in 2030.
That's no small thing. We're very excited about that. I mean, we drive past the new Nissan Stadium every single day. It's going to be another amazing addition to the city. This is the entertainment capital of the South. There's no doubt about it at this point. From Monster Jam, sorry, I got a 4-year-old boy, and that's always the first thing that comes to mind, to UFC, to boxing, to the Predators, the Titans, Nashville SC. This is just an amazing place. We're in the process of an expansion women's basketball league, a team coming here called Upshot Nashville. The city's on fire and there's no slowing it down. And baseball is just the easy one out of it all. Not saying that this process is easy, but baseball fandom in this region is as real as it can get. We're around the corner from Vanderbilt, who unfortunately missed their first regional in, 20 years or so. The University of Tennessee out east, some of the best minor league ballparks here in the country. Youth baseball is incredibly huge here. We know we're going to have a really, really strong local fan base just because the fandom's already here.
Well, people are retiring and relocating, and you've got the tourism. I heard 17 million a year. That's impressive. Marcus, did you have any questions for Will or Chris?
Well, Will and Chris, first off, thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate you guys. I did a 60-day deep dive on every possible expansion city. And when I originally did it, you guys came out very favorably in my analysis on things. You had the website in place well ahead of other places. You had the branding and the Stars layout and explaining the Negro League story. And I'm very impressed by your organizational structure. My main question with Nashville, though, I have is a lot of people see it as kind of a touristy town, somewhat. Can you maintain a constant fan base in addition to bringing in that out-of-town guest who's going to spend money in Nashville? And I've seen the success of the Predators. You guys are phenomenal hockey town. And I live here in Raleigh. And, of course, the Carolina Hurricanes are a big thing right now. So I can see what a pro sports team can do to a town. And I think that Nashville has knocked it out of the park, so to speak, so far in your process of trying to be one of the contenders for MLB expansion.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. We didn't talk about it, but I went to Davidson down in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I got a bunch of buddies still up in Raleigh. We do a big Davidson baseball reunion golf tournament out there every fall. So I'll hit you up when I'm out there next time. Yeah, I mean, it is a long process and it's a complicated one. So every single day, we're just trying to move the ball forward, pun intended, on every single avenue. The very first thing to get done is the real estate side of things. And it's not to harp on that, but that's the challenge that other cities have faced when they're considering relocation or they need a new stadium. Is this is a real estate problem to solve. And we think we have the best in the business with Lincoln Property. They are working on the new Cleveland Browns facility, the multi-use entertainment district that they're building up there. They're working on something out in Salt Lake City. So I think we're going to figure that part out. But on the fandom side of things, I think your points about the local teams that came here have proven it out for us. I think the Nashville Sounds being a top 5 attendance getter year in and year out is not driven by tourism. Don't get me wrong. I mean, as soon as that schedule comes out, if I'm a Angels fan and I'm seeing that when they're going to Nashville, I'm going to circle that one and I'm going out for that trip. And I think we'll have amazing rivalries with an Atlanta and a Cincinnati and a St. Louis. Like, that will be an amazing out of town trip. And sure, the Yankees and Cubs will travel everywhere, but I know we're going to have a deep local fan base here. I mean, it's proven by the fact that we are not a franchise. We are not a professional baseball team. We are not that much more than a brand and an organization working towards that. I mean, across all of our digital platforms, including our newsletter, we're about 100,000 fans. We've sold merchandise in 50 states and 10 non-US countries. This is a real thing, and we're not faking it. We have built real relationships and been telling this story to the world. This is bigger than a Nashville thing. Yes, there was a Nashville Stars team, a Negro League team that played here in the 40s and the 50s. But actually, one thing we're doing this summer is we're going to visit other Stars franchises throughout the Negro Leagues. So there was a St. Louis Stars. We actually just got back from St. Louis last week, where Cool Papa Bell played. And we got to go to Stars Park in St. Louis. And I was wearing a Cool Papa Bell jersey, standing in center field where that dude roamed. Like, that's a real story that we are connected to, because we will bear that name on our chest too. We'll go up to Detroit, where we'll meet with Turkey Stearns' family up there. Turkey Stearns is arguably the best athlete to ever come from Nashville, Tennessee. If you look at the top 10 stats across OBP, OPS, slugging, Turkey Stearns is up there now as a Negro, as they've integrated the Negro League. So we'll be up with his family, who played for the Detroit Stars. And then we're going to finish our trip out in Philly to talk about the Philly Stars as a part of the All-Star game this year. So it's just a way in which we are going to make sure we hit this home team with Nashville, but showing this connection throughout the Negro Leagues, that it's bigger than just the Nashville Stars. This is a tribute to the entire Negro Leagues.
Now, have you traveled around the country to just check out the ballparks for ideas for the new Nashville's, Stars ballpark?
We have. Personally, I mean, I'm a lifelong baseball fan. I'm from New Haven, Connecticut. I'm a Yankees fan. I think I'm at like 18 or so right now. I need a West Coast trip, so I'm sending the expense to my boss for that one to go hit some of those stadiums. But we have, and we do. And it's all about understanding from every angle what makes the best venue. And I intentionally say venue and not ballpark, because we know it can be so much more than 81 nights a year, 82 if you count that exhibition game, and then hopefully a handful of playoff games in a World Series one day. But that building should be optimized for entertainment, especially what I was talking about in this town. It needs to be designed for entertainment. So, I mean, we're doing the ugly stuff of going into the guts of Cardinal Stadium and looking what their load in, load out for concerts looks like. I mean, we're looking at it from a fan experience. Again, we were just at the Cardinals, and we were fortunate to spend time with Dustin Smith, son of Ozzie Smith, and we were sitting in wonderful seats. But we also went up to the Budweiser deck on the 400 level, because a bunch of our fans are probably going to be there to drink a beer and maybe watch 6 or 7 pitches of a game. And you want to understand the experience from their point of view as well. So we definitely try to take inspiration in terms of design, in terms of fan experience from all ballparks, and not only baseball, but across all different venues around the country.
Well said, Will. I used to work for the Baltimore Orioles. I was the assistant to the owner back in 1992 when the visiting owners came to see Oriole Park at Camden Yards for the first time, and I would take them behind the scenes. Now, the fans, yes, Oriole Park at Camden Yards was 50% better than Memorial Stadium, but behind the scenes, it was like 500% better.
Exactly.
The loading and the unloading and the security and the logistics and all. We had a big tank of beer that could be pumped to all the different concession stands, so we didn't have to wheel kegs up to the upper deck and run out of beer in the fourth inning. So yeah, there are a lot of features, and I think it's worth your time going out and looking at different elements of ballparks, but there's some in Nashville. I love that guitar scoreboard.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
the sounds.
And if you haven't been yet, get out to Knoxville to the Smokies. They've got a state of Tennessee scoreboard. That's gorgeous as well.
Yeah, they've just been there. This is their second year, right?
Second season, yeah. Randy Boyd is the president of that team, and he's an advisor of ours, and they built an amazing ballpark out there. I still need to get to Chattanooga as well. They just opened up a month ago, not even. Another great ballpark in town.
It looks like you have the sponsorship deals in place.
I mean, there are a lot of people that are going to be very interested in this. I mean, the Super Bowl, again, is just another perfect example. Like, there's no bigger brand than the Shield itself, and them selecting your city, I think, is a stamp of approval. But I was reading a stat the other day that the Predators have the highest number of corporate sponsors of any hockey team. So I think, again, it's proof positive. I mean, that's not a pure dollars thing. You could imagine a New York or LA sponsorship costs more than a Nashville one. But in terms of pure corporate sponsors, the number of them, Nashville will hang with anybody. I mean, I think that's one of the special things about this city is how diversified it is. This is one of the leaders in healthcare in the world. This is the leader in entertainment and music in the world. It's not just one industry. It's not just one focus area. Great education systems here. People, I mean, the growth of the city. So I think the corporate sponsorships will come along the way. So we feel very confident in the people that are reaching out to us right now. I mean, for that trip to St. Louis that we just took, Two Rivers Ford, which is the South's most trusted Ford dealer, actually gave us a car because they are huge baseball fans. Ford is the official motor vehicle of Major League Baseball. They want to get in on the ground floor of what we're building here. And it's a great partnership for us because they're the most successful, longest family-owned dealership here in town. So to be building those relationships now, before you put a shovel in the dirt, will really propel us when that decision is finally made. It's like, okay, now we can turn on all these light switches that we've just had the pilot light on for.
So there doesn't seem to be any problem with investors or sponsors or season tickets or anything like that.
I mean, this is not a done deal by any means. And I mean, you said, and many articles have highlighted us as number one. We will always fight like number two because this isn't over until it's over. I mean, I go back to the Kobe sort of meme in the Kobe interview. He says, job's not finished. Like, there is plenty of work for us to do here. And until it's done, we're not stopping. So yes, we're always talking to additional investors. We have a great local base here, but there are a lot of people interested in owning a Major League Baseball team, as we just saw out in San Diego, where there were 4 bidders at a $4 billion tick. So there's going to be no shortage of interest. It's our job to lay a beautiful foundation and to continue to pave the way so that when Major League Baseball is ready to make that decision, it's a complete package that we're putting in front of them.
How can baseball fans in Nashville help?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's continuing to follow along the journey and be our biggest speaker box. Like, I come from a brand world. I was in Miller Lite. I was at Miller Lite for 5 years, and anybody holding a can works so much harder than any advertising dollar that you can. Or I was at Red Bull. I mean, I literally had Red Bull Mini Coopers driving all around the South, handing Red Bull cans to people because that can in their hand is the most influential thing because people ask about it and say, how does this fit into your life? I think that's what Nashville and I mean, given our merchandise sales, the United States and the globe have already shown is that they are willing to make this a part of their lives before it's even a baseball team. So it's about continuing to follow us on all of our socials at Nashville Stars. We have a lot of fun events coming up this summer. We have this big Stars Across America campaign. So there's going to be a ton of great content to learn about other Negro Leagues teams. CMA Fest is coming to Nashville. I mean, I think they say it's something like 2 million people over the 5 days that come through here. So we'll have a bunch of our advisors, music artists like Mitchell Tenpenny and a Luke Combs all playing throughout the city. So you might see some Nashville Stars gear on some major stages, which you already have. We're going to have some great events. We're going to be shooting great content. And at some point, we're going to make the pitch to Major League Baseball, and it's going to come off way stronger when it comes from the community versus us. We are leading the way, but this is really a grassroots effort of people just saying, we love baseball and it's time for us to have our own team here. And we are the avenue to bring that Major League Baseball team here to town.
I believe out of all the cities that are expressing interest in Major League Baseball expansion, you are the only one that has picked your logo and your name. So that puts you ahead from a marketing standpoint. Tell us a little bit about the logo there. I know it's been about a year since I think the guy that had a Nike background.
Yeah. I mean, as a brand guy, I'm so thankful to John, who, when he moved here, said, let's just find a story. Let's find the history of Nashville baseball, and came across this photo right here behind me of the 4 players before a game. And that's when we really got connected to Bob Kendrick at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum and decided together, like, let's not just pay tribute to this, like, let's name that next franchise after this team here. Since then, I mean, this was before Major League Baseball had done all of those things, like integrate all of the statistics and play a game down at Rickwood and all of the things that they're doing right now that are so great. We were moving in concert with them. So we've continued to tell that story. The logo itself, I mean, we've tried lots of different things. Anytime you guys are here, please come through the office. You'll see lots of different logos up on here. But we needed that on-field hat look. So we did talk to Jimo Wong is his name. He's former Nike, former Jordan, current Cactus Jack, working with Travis Scott on stuff. And the proposal to him was, hey, we want something that is timeless, like your Yankees and your Dodgers lockups, but also sort of has that look and feel and heritage of those Negro Leagues logo, like the Birmingham Black Barons or the New York Black Yankees. And I mean, he knocked it out of the park. Yes, it's an NS lockup. It's not as transformative as some things are, but it's because we're tied into real legacy that we want to be very thoughtful about how we pay tribute to. But yeah, March of 25, we finalized our partnership with New Era to officially launch what could look like an on-field hat. I think we had 300 hats in our first order, thinking we'd probably give them all away and use it as free marketing material. Within a week, we sold out across, I think it was 26 states and 2 non-US countries. Had no idea how to manage inventory. We were out of stock for a few months. Doubled our order for June and said, okay, fine, we'll be fine through the rest of the year. Sold out within a week. We hit 50 states in that order. And since then, I mean, across our hats through New Era, we've done a partnership with 47, and they're now connected as well. We've done jerseys. We've done Nike jerseys. I mean, we are trying to find more ways to connect with people and show up naturally in their lives. I mean, I think what happened is the day that we went on sale, we were with one of our advisors, Mitchell Tenpenny, at the Opry. And the day we went on sale, he wore us in the circle at the Opry. And it since then has just taken off like wildfire, from artists to entertainers to walk down Broadway. And I promise you, a bouncer is wearing a Nashville Stars hat right now, and they bought it. We didn't walk out there handing them out. There's just real belief in this story that we have. And it's also a good looking hat and a good looking logo. And it's a way to show your support before you can buy a ticket and buy it and come to a game.
Now there's 3 different versions, and there might be more of the hat. I saw there was a red one, a white one, and a black one. What's selling best?
This is the fitted. The fitted is still our #1 seller. It has the Nashville Stars on the back, but the 948 frame comes in those 3 colors, and I'll give you a little context around those colors. This photo right here, I mean, obviously it's black and white. We have no idea what those jerseys look like. but this was probably back in 2020 or 2021. We reached out to Ebbets Field, who makes lots of vintage gear, and said, imagine what that jersey looked like. Will you make us one? And they did, and they sent us a cream, black, and we call it a heritage red color. So that's sort of where our color scheme is coming from and our foundations for it all. Plus, it looks good every single day and can be worn with anything. But that's really what our core color scheme is there. And it's because when Ebbets saw this photo, they came up with the idea of cream, black, and heritage red. And it's pretty distinct color scheme in Major League Baseball. It has its own sort of swim lane there. But we also have some fun tricks up our sleeve. I mean, we're coming up on 250 years of the United States of America, and we're called the Stars. So you better believe we'll have some red, white, and blue going on for those holidays.
Can you think of anything else, Marcus? Did we ask everything we wanted to?
Well, I want to give high marks on the branding as well, and see, this is something people also don't know or don't pay attention to. The Tennessee state flag has 3 stars in it as well, so that's another part of the brand that you could have, because he already own it. That's what I mean. And the thing is, I really appreciate the efforts in Nashville, but the one question I did have that I kind of wanted to ask was, you have some other potential cities in the Southeast, your Charlottes, your Raleighs, your Orlando. You pretty much laid out the case here why Nashville is probably the best fit. But do you see any of those other southern cities possibly being competition? That's the other question I have.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of cities that are wonderful competition. I mean, I told you I was in I spent 5 years of my life in North Carolina. I love that state. I'll be back for my 15-year college reunion coming up pretty soon, back in North Carolina. But I also think things like Montreal are interesting. I mean, this is such a wonderful problem for baseball to have, is that you have a bunch of cities putting their best efforts forward to say this is where the future of Major League Baseball lies. And man, I can't wait to have that conversation, because I just think about what Nashville could bring to Major League Baseball, not take from Major League Baseball, but add to. I mean, I think about, again, New Haven, Connecticut. I'm originally from the Northeast. I think about who's sitting at the Garden on the court who's going to be sitting down the first baseline at a Nashville Stars game every single night. I mean, that's 81 nights a year of entertainers that live in this town that already love the game and how they're going to show up for our team. So I think this is such an additive thing for Major League Baseball, and that does not say anything negative about any of those other markets. I just think I've based my career on it, that I think Nashville is the next place for Major League Baseball.
Well, expansion is overdue, well overdue. It's 1998 was the last time. It's crazy. The population has increased, demographics have shifted, and I think it's definitely time for it. And the commissioner has been saying for the last few years, we got to get the ballparks settled in Tampa and in Oakland, and that's kind of happening right now. Yep. And so I hope there's no additional excuses. I would think the owners would want it. I would think the players union would want it. The fans want it. Expansion is overdue, and our group is trying to promote expansion.
And we love that and are very thankful for the very passionate community that you guys have built, good, bad, and indifferent. The fact that more people are demanding more baseball is a fight that we can get behind. So we really appreciate that. Thank you for the chance to come on here. And I mean, the last thing that I'll say is this is a long process, and we're coming up to the point where it's time to make our fully baked pie shown. So we're well on the way to sort of adding all of those elements, putting all of the pieces together to give us the best chance for success. And having you guys along the way and giving us a chance to tell our story is something that we really appreciate. So thank you.
And thank you for your time. And Chris, thank you for your time too in the room.
He's waving right back at you.
I'll talk to you later. All right. This is Bob Hale with MLB Expansion saying goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.